Hey friends, it's Lena from wiscobujo and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to do my 2022 April plan with me, so let's get it. Like many people, I'm doing a cherry blossoms theme for April 2022, and I was heavily inspired by Notebook Therapy's Sakura Journey collection. If you guys watched my last unboxing video, I did an unboxing of both the stamps and the washi tape collection, so if you're interested in seeing that, check out that video. But let's get started with materials. So the Tombow Dual Brush colors I'll be using are 800, 761, and 553. I just think they're perfect. I will also be using this grayish color for shading and such. I believe the number is N89. I think that's what it says in the videos. I'm not looking at it directly. And of course, the trusty Pigma Micron pens. I will actually be using black ink for this theme, which is crazy because from January to March I did only brown pens, so it'll be a different type of contrast this time around. And I made the tabs ahead of time as usual, but I did not put the washi tape down yet because I wasn't sure what the color palette would look like and I didn't want to put the washi tape down yet. So let's get started with my cover page. As I mentioned before, a lot of my inspiration is coming from Notebook Therapy's Sakura Journey collection. They have this nifty washi slash pet tape that are basically Polaroid pictures of Sakura scenes, and I was just like, that will make a perfect image for my cover page. So I was like, let's do a Polaroid picture with some cherry blossom flowers around it and it will look so pretty. And I've actually done like a Japan theme maybe like 2 years ago, maybe, and I did Mount Fuji as the cover page, but not in the same sense of this. It was just like an overarching Japan theme and not specifically a cherry blossoms theme. So I kind of had some, I guess, practice drawing Mount Fuji. Not like it's that hard drawing a mountain, but I already, had the idea from before. So I didn't want to draw like a super difficult like cherry blossoms, like Sakura scenic theme, because I was already gonna put the cherry blossom flowers around the edges of the Polaroid. So I figured I'd just do something simple. In terms of art accounts for inspiration and references for drawing the cherry blossoms, I was heavily inspired by Kotose journal, Autumn Aldrich, and Blossom Bujo this month. Later this month, Blossom Bujo has this awesome collaboration with Notebook Therapy, and I used some of her images on her washi tapes to reference drawing the chubby cherry blossom pictures, and I also use a lot of Kotose journals images as a reference to draw the flowers as well. I mean, like, I have a general idea of what they look like, but I wanted to do kind of like chubbier, cuter Sakura drawings, so that's why I use them as a reference. I know some people make their Sakura more realistic looking, but I didn't really care about that type for this month. I mean, this is like the most colorful theme I've done in a while, so I figured I'd make them like kind of chubby and kawaii as well. I don't know if I'm saying Kotose's journal name correctly. I always never know, and I guess we don't actually put pronunciations in our IG account, so sorry if I'm butchering your account, but I will list those 3 accounts in the description below. And just an FYI, those 2 washi tapes, one is from Simply Gilded and one is Notebook Therapy's Sakura collection from last year. Alright, so let's move on to my monthly spread as well as my first 3 days of April spread. So I don't know if you really call it a weekly since it's only like the weekend, and since April starts on a Friday, I always make my days stick with the month instead of like lumping them into 1 week together. So we're going with, a 3-day layout. All right, so on the left hand side, actually my inspiration for how everything looks is from Mochi Bujo. My dear friend Hedda, she had an amazing cherry blossom theme last year. She's also doing another cherry blossom theme this year, but it's a little different from last year, and so I used her monthly spread from last year as a reference of where to place everything for my monthly. And then on the right hand side here, we are using a layout that Kotose journal did. So I used pretty much the same elements, except the only thing I kind of did a little differently is that this first image that I'm drawing right now with the Polaroid, I did not, I did not mean to say that. What I meant to say is this image with the Polaroid with the lanterns and the Sakura, she has like another square for a day of the week there, because I think she used it for 4 or 5 days of the week, and since I only need 3, I used that as like a placeholder for an image instead. And then the lanterns are inspired by Autumn Aldrich. So lots of inspiration from all around amazing IG and art accounts this month. Honestly, all of their cherry blossom spreads were such a lifesaver because I knew I wanted to do a cherry blossoms theme, and I had the idea for my cover, and then I just ran out of ideas when I sat down to do the other spreads. So I actually did my cover on one day. Well, I did it last night, the day before, and then literally this morning I sketched out these 2 spreads and my weekly spread because I just had like a creative block, I guess, and I didn't really know how I wanted this theme to look this month. I'm just super behind, y'all. Like, being sick like put me back like a whole entire week, and so this week I had to pack like a bunch of Etsy orders as well as like clean everything because I've just been like a complete slob when I was sick, and then also crank out my plan with me at the same time because I'm going out of town this weekend, so I couldn't really procrastinate. Like, I mean, I could, but like I didn't want that kind of stress in the back of my mind because I just hate running late for things. So just being sick really put me behind, and it was really nice using like other accounts for inspiration because they gave me a lot of ideas of how I wanted this month to look. So I slowed it down here because I haven't lettered like with Tombow Dual Brush pens like a header in a really long time, because lately I just use the Tombow Tsuki, or I just like letter it with like a fine liner instead of having like a brush pen. And this is the first time I've done a header like this in a really long time, and I was feeling a little type of way about it because I was thinking of maybe leaving it like this, but then I decided that I wanted to jazz it up a little, so I added a darker pink color, like a blush pink color, and did some like blending. I didn't love like how the blending looked, so then I outlined it, and I was like, ugh, now I'm just gonna outline the entire thing. And I don't love it, but seeing it in the video, it looks a little bit better, so maybe like the lighting has a lot to do with it, because when I was drawing or coloring it out, I was like, oof, did I ruin it, and should I have just left it pink? But you know, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to make a snazzy header for once. So yeah, that's the creative process behind why I did this gradient type header. I didn't like it that much then, but I do kind of like it now. I guess it's growing on me, which is saying a lot because later on for my weekly spread, I was not happy with it. So I guess there has to be one spread that I'm happy with. So I did put like this little box for like important things to remember for the month of April. I was originally gonna do like lanterns hanging from the cherry blossoms, similar to what Autumn Aldrich has done for her spread, but I just didn't think it'd be enough space, and I figured it might be like too busy anyway, so just threw in that square there to just take up some more space and write down any important stuff I need to remember for the month. I absolutely love the layout of this one because I don't typically do more of these like fun, I guess, abnormal type of layouts. I usually am way more into like symmetry, and I have like a preset like as you guys have seen from my 15 weekly layouts video, I have these like set layouts that are my go-to that I just tend to use over and over again. So this was like a lot more whimsical and more fun to do, and I love how she did like each box as kind of like a cute little like sticky note or like post-it or something. So I kind of like wanted to emulate that and, you know, in the spread as well. And I decided to use some stamps here. I stamped this and it didn't stamp great. I was kind of irritated because I pressed too hard, and so the stamp like slid a little, so there's kind of like some shadowing. So I just used my Tombow Tsuki pen to fix it, but it would have been better, right, if it turned out good the first time. But whatevs, at least this second stamp ended up looking really nice in that placement over there. Alright, we're just about done with my monthly spread and my first 3 days of April spread, so we're going to move on to my first full weekly of April. So I have to preface with this next spread that it definitely irks my soul because, as you'll see later, I kind of didn't like how I went about doing something, so then I changed it and I feel like I made it worse. So what I thought was going to be a really cute and pretty layout, I'm now feeling like some type of way about it because I had to fix it, and it just was like, I know it's like such a like first world problem and it's a very like minuscule like thing to even be like irritated about, but like every time I film these plan with me's, I always mess something up, or not mess something up, or I do something I didn't like, but sometimes they are like true mess ups, as in like I miscounted some squares or something and drew the line in the wrong spot, or you know, the one I do the most quite often is I'll write the wrong day. I'm just like, why did I write that there? And then I have to put like white out, and then it looks even worse because you can't even fix it. So this is what kind of happened here. So yeah, we'll just revisit that when it comes up again. But I don't know, for like the month of March, I just feel like it was super exhausting. I mean, granted, I was like sick, but I also just was like super behind. As many of you all know, I opened up my Etsy shop and started a YouTube around the same time, which was like the end of December, beginning of January, as kind of like a New Year's resolution. And I'm super proud of myself for doing that because those are both things that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. But it's definitely super time consuming to do both, on top of also bullet journaling and pen paling. Like, I'm so behind on pen pal letters, it's not even funny. So if you're my pen pal listening to this, I'm so sorry. I will get out my letter to you as soon as I can take a breather and sit down and write a response to you. But yeah, like I'm behind on letters. I am barely finishing my bullet journal spreads like on time, with the exception of like doing the plan with me's before the month starts. Like, as I'm doing my rolling weeklies and stuff, I keep putting it off because I don't have time, and then I'm just like, you know what, I'm tired and I just want to relax, so I'm just gonna go watch some anime or read a webtoon or something. And I guess the point of me telling you all of this is that it's important to practice self-care and take a breather and time when you need it. So whatever you need while you're watching this video, take a piece of it with you. Alright, so let's go back to what irked me about this spread. So I hated how I lettered the days of the week and the notes. Like, I tried to do kind of like a more fun, whimsical mix between capital letters and lowercase letters, and I hated it. So I whited it out, and then I hated how it looked with the whiteout. So I was trying to figure out like some creative ways to cover it up, and I should have whited out the numbers too, but I was just trying to find a quick fix because I needed to film this plan with me. So I found these printable stickers that I had from a while back that were just like sitting around, and they're kind of close to the color scheme of this month, so I use it to cover it up, but I don't love it. Like, I just don't have any other option besides like stickers, because the whiteout is like very, I don't know, I guess like bright against this paper, so it kind of irritates me, so I wanted to cover it. And then the washi tape is from the Notebook Therapy collection, so I just cut it out and put it there. I don't really love that either, but I also wanted to cover up the whiteout, so what can I do? I guess that is my most creative problem solving that I could do for that. But if you guys have any recommendations on how to fix mistakes in your bullet journal, please let me know. with the exception of like cutting out paper and covering it, because if there's anything I hate more than these stickers covering my mess ups is when I have to cut out paper and cover it, and then it's like a big lumpy paper on top of the bullet journal, because the paper is like 160 GSM, so it's like kind of thick, you know. But yeah, I somehow talked my way all the way through the washi tape part, so I finally put the washi tape on the side. So for all the washi tapes, I mentioned earlier that one of the washi tapes is from Notebook Therapy's Sakura collection from last year. So in this case, it would be the 1st, 4th, and 5th tabs that are from that specific collection. The second one is a Simply Gilded one. I don't know when it was released. I think it's kind of old, so I don't know if you can find it. And the middle one is from the Washi Tape Shop from their like pastel grid collection. So just a reminder, self-plug, that I'm affiliate of Notebook Therapy and the Washi Tape Shop. So please use my links if you want to purchase anything from them. All right, so now we are at our flip through. Overall, I'm pleased with how this theme turned out. It's a little bit too colorful for my taste nowadays, because I usually stick to more beige neutral tones for my past few themes, so it's kind of weird having a kind of like a more colorful theme. But I wouldn't say it's on my top, but I'm happy with it. We'll see how the rest of the spreads go. Let me know what you think in the comments about this theme, as well as what theme you're doing this month for April 2022 in your bullet journal. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I appreciate you so much for watching this video and taking time out of your day to spend it with me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!